settle this once and for all. Do you wash your meat or do you cook it without washing? For me, it depends what meat it is.
Now, you were saying it was controversial.
Oh, yes. So my husband posted a video on TikTok. He would not wash the chicken. And oh my goodness, the followers fought in the comment section. Because some of them were saying that, oh, you do not need to wash the meat because you can actually spread bacteria by washing the meat. Some people say, no, it's an abomination to not wash the meat. There was a big fight. That's why I'm asking them, what do they think? Because for me, I don't care. Some people even go to the extent of washing with lime or lemon, depending on what type of meat you are using. I'm not that crazy when it comes to washing meat.
I had never heard that before.
Washing meat?
Yeah, my response was, well, what do you do when you cook hamburger? You wash your ground beef. So I worked in a lot of restaurants. We never wash meat.
Yeah.
I never heard of that. And we have to go through all kinds of safety testing, cleanliness, and all kinds of that. I've never heard anybody talking about that.
Yeah. And my husband said, so what do you do with hamburger?
That's like the lowest form of meat there is here in America.
Yeah, so let us know. Do you wash your meat?
What do you do with hot dogs?
What do you do with hot dogs? Oh, you just pick and choose. For us though in Botswana, we do wash the meat. But when I got to America and got used to my husband's cooking, I just let it go. When I cook, I wash it.
Now, I've heard of people washing chicken, but I mean, a lot of chicken in the supermarkets, I don't think is that high quality, but the stuff we buy is really high quality.
Yeah.
So I never even think about washing that.
Yeah. I am sharing with you one of the greatest meals we cook back in Botswana. This is Botswana's signature meat. If you go onto my country and you wanted to eat some yummies, this is called seswa. So lots of meat. I'm gonna take some of the fat out because it's a lot of fat. Not all of it, but out enough. So this is the meat. What do you want, baby? Meat. This is the pot I am using. It's very good. For some reason, this pot gets so hot longer, so it's the perfect one for this meal. So the meat has been cooking for how many hours? 3 hours now. And I've been putting water. Now I'm seasoning it. It now falls apart. This is seswa. I'm cooking seswa. Notice how the meat has become small. When I was cutting it, it was a lot, but now it's just small. So I'm gonna ask my husband to put salt. Let me say this. Seswa is very, very, very sensitive to salt. You rather have less salt than more salt, because if you have more salt, it's gonna taste horrible. So I'm putting all the blame on my husband if he puts more salt. So put salt, honey. That's what I'm making. The water is boiling, and this thing here comes in handy. There are multiple ways of making the cornmeal. I want to bring it up to my African people because I feel like they're the only ones that eat this meal. Let me ask you, do you add salt and oil to your papa nsima, or do you just cook it plain? My mother puts salt and oil. If you don't put salt and oil, it's abomination. For me, I've gotten used to having it just plain by like that. I don't put salt, I don't put oil, but everyone preference. Baby, this go back. It's hot. No, it's hot, baby. Go. Keep on. Honey, move the baby. So there are two ways that I serve it. If you want to serve it for visitors and you want it to look so pleasing, you just put it like this in a little bowl like this, and you keep on turning it like this to make it aesthetically pleasing, like that. And then you put it in a plate like that, and then you do this with the bowl. For the kids, I want it to be cooler fast. I just do this, dip it in cold water like this so it doesn't stick, and then I just like make it like this so that it becomes like a flat bread like that. And then for my baby, I like to cut it in small pieces like this, because when it's flat like this, it cools down way faster. When you eat it like this, it's actually hot. So this is the meal. As you see, is the corn, and then the meat, and then the frozen veggies. Meat, and of course someone just wants meat.
Hot.
It's hot?
Hot.
It's hot? I just woke up from a nap. As you see my hair, wanted to rest a little bit because it was busy in the afternoon. 4 children right now with no school is actually busier than I thought. I've always thought that it's busier with school, but it's actually busier without school. So having to entertain them and being on top of the things is actually a lot of work. So I took a little nap, and now I wake up and there's no one. And this time they didn't lock the door for me. I'm going to ask them, why did you not lock the backyard door? I'm the paranoid mama that actually locks the door every time they leave the house. I'm that woman. I don't know why. Actually, I know why, because I watch the shows of how someone sometimes will just get in your house without notice. So when they leave, I want them to lock the door, but they didn't lock the door. So I think I'm fine today. I'm actually outside. And today I wanted to actually give you guys a little update on our house. If you guys don't know, we have a new house back in my country. We built a house, and I wanted to give you an update because a lot of you have asked, what about your house? When are you going back to your house? Are you moving to Africa? Are you staying in America? What in the world? You are confusing us now. Please make up your mind. What's going on? The house is now roofed. The builders really messed a lot of stuff. It didn't go as smooth as we wanted it to go smooth. And as a result, it cost us extra money. When the guy was roofing the house, he didn't roof it the way it was placed in the plan. And the guy that drew the plan did a horrible job. So it was not necessarily the fault of the person that was building the house. It was the fault of the drawer because he didn't include some of the details. Although the person that was also roofing the house made some mistakes that he missed out to. It was a horrible mess. As a result, we decided to pause it until when we go back to my country. This time, I want when people are building it, the stuff that we had to fix, they would have been avoided if I was there. Because my mother, God bless her heart, she is always overseeing everything, and she goes to a lot of stuff, but she does not know a lot of details. My mom, when it comes to plans and everything, she doesn't understand every nitty-gritty details. Even though she'll still go to the lot, she'll not notice the mistakes that people have made. She'll just think the house looks beautiful. The house looks like that. For us, because it was our house, it was our plan, it was everything. We knew every little details. So last time we visited my country, we noticed mistakes that could have been avoided. And in case you don't know why we went to my country and we never went to a lot of safaris, we had the money to go to safaris. We had all the money to do that. But when we got there, the house was a mess. So we had to fix up stuff that people have made, and they charged us more money. And as a result, we had to use the money that we saved for our safari trips. And it was a mess of a mess. Now I'm sharing with you guys about it after some months, because now we're ready to share it. But the main reason why we didn't go to safaris is not because we did not have the money for safaris. We used all our money to fix the mess that they have made in the house. And it was actually sad. And let me say this. When you are building a house and you're not there, you are opening up yourself to pay more. I mean, I thought that my mom being there, it will be enough. Unless your mom understands every small, greedy details, it was going to be fine. Let me give you my advice after building a house, okay? Hire someone else that knows about houses to go and check the measurements of everything, to go and inspect the house, because our house was still inspected. It passed the inspections, but it was the stuff that, I don't know how to explain it. Even though it passed the inspection, it was still not 100% the way it was supposed to be. From the ground up all the way to roofing, there was always something we had to fix. From the foundation, from the wall, there's some that we had to break, from the roofing. And now we've decided to just do all our plans, still save the money for it, but not send the money over to finish it while we are still here. When we are ready to go on our vacation to my African country, that's when we'll continue. As long as I'm in America, never again. Yes. Some of you are going to come for me saying, no, we told you building a house is not a game. I know. The good thing is that I had my family that was there. It's just that it needed the owner. one thing that I can tell you is that unless you are the owner of the house, don't just trust the builders. The builders will mess up everything. At this point, I feel like the builders are just messing up everything. Because I was looking here in America too, that people complaining about their contractors, everything. People changing the contractors in the middle of the building of their house. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Building a house is not for the weak, but we love our house. And are we going to move to Botswana? That's the plan eventually. Not now. The way we are doing it here, I know some people will come up for us. I know some things I sometimes don't want to share them, like how I did not share the house because I knew that people will still come for me. So are we going to move to Africa? Yes, that's the plan. Not at this initial moment. Right now, we are focusing on educating the kids for at least for the next 5 years, if God gives us more days. And then we can reevaluate everything, because people like to say education is the best in America. Yes, I agree, but education is also the best in my country as long as the parent is involved. The thing that people don't understand about education that people are missing, it's not about the country, it's about the parents' involvement in the child's education. For example, even if I educate my child in my African village world, as long as they got all straight A's, they can be admitted in any school in America. So it's not about the location. Please get that off your mind that we should stay in America for the education purposes. It does not matter. So we can either stay in America or Africa or anywhere in Africa, even outside Africa, even Middle East, even Asia, even anywhere. It's not about the location. It's about the result of the child that the child is bringing in. So I was able to study in Canada, even though I studied in my village. I've never been to a private school. That is because I was able to study myself a lot. And I was able to pass, I was able to go to university in Canada. The same way with our kids. So it's not about America, but right now for the next 5 years, we like to do everything and evaluate them with my husband. But as far as education here, yes, it's the best. It's very windy outside, so I had to get back in the house. One of the things when it comes to education is the involvement of the parents. I've noticed that our kids are straight A students. I feel like because we are always there, we're always making them do extra stuff. Right now it's summer break. Our kids don't have full summer break. We still do school. I actually just posted this on Instagram and asked people, do they do summer break? I want to ask you, in the summer, what do you do with the kids? What do you do in those times when they're bored?
Are you asking me?
No, the people.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, there's no way they're going to sit in front of the TV set or do video games all day long. So might as well have them read. I want them to be phenomenal readers. I want them to be very educated and move them along.
Story time. We actually bought them tablets, and we started to notice a difference in behavior. Like in the morning, instead of saying good morning mommy, good morning daddy, and get excited for the day, they'll say, oh, can I have a tablet? And it was kind of like strange. And not only that, it developed an addictive behavior to them. So I'm curious, do you let your kids do some type of school? Because for us, we don't have summer break like completely. They do some type of a school activity just for an hour or so. We don't have summer break. So I feel like that kind of involvement helps a lot. But America, one thing that I can give you guys have resources. I always say this: if you live in America, you do not have an excuse for your child to not do well in school, ever. Because you guys have libraries that have all the books in the world. You have resources that your parent can buy for an extra $30 for a year to have extra stuff, like the reading program that we have. If you don't want to go to the library, we have a reading program that has pretty much all the books in the world. So we pay like $80 for a year and the books are there. So here, as far as resources in every little thing, you guys are top notch. Like tutors, everything, speech therapist, everything. Like, for example, with our school, we have like a program where your children, if they have a problem with a speech here and there, which is also something that we experience at school, they'll meet a speech therapist that will actually evaluate and see what is going on. So the free resources, people say it's not free because the taxpayer pay it. I honestly believe it's free. Yes, I know. But back home we still pay taxes, but we don't have these things. So I feel like you guys, when it comes to the education system, you are top notch as far as resources. Like I tell my husband this, that I did not have these resources. I told my husband that if I had all the things that Americans have, I would not have been an economist or studied business. I would have been found in the PhD of something, doctorate. I'll be doctor. I was telling my husband that. I said, if we had everything that they had, I'll be a doctor. Not like doctor in medicine, but I'll be called Dr. Nail. And I told my kids, I said, you do not have an excuse because you live in America. That's one that I can give you guys. Anyways, I think I rambled too much, but that's the update of our house. And let me go and show you. My husband said, I called my husband. I said, where are you guys? You left me. He said, go to the boys' bedroom and they have a surprise. So I'm going to check what the surprise is. So let's go. Am I the only one who has to replace this because somehow they get broken by the kids or something? My husband has to replace this tonight. This is the surprise. Let me try to go back. Summer is nice, but the problem is bugs everywhere. It has their shoes in there.
This is the big shoes over there. Big shoes for little girl and little shoes for little baby girl.
So every time that's where you put your shoes?
Yeah, so Gavin doesn't take them away.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Film it.
I'm filming it, baby. Are you the type of person that buys Greek yogurt from the store? If you are that person, don't waste your money. Greek yogurt is very expensive. Let me show you the ancient way of making Greek yogurt. We call it madila. You can make it the traditional way from scratch. I don't want to go through that. That takes days. We are going to do it the American style. Back home, we usually use raw milk because a lot of people have cows. I just boil this milk. You choose any type of yogurt you like. For our household, we like this yogurt. Sometimes we also like the Stonyfield yogurt, but this is what we have on hand. You let it cool. Do you know that the milk is cooled? My hands are clean. To make sure the hands are clean, you have your hands. We just put your finger like your pinky. If you ever kneaded a dough before, let it be the same temperature as the water that you use to knead the dough with. It has live probiotic cultures. So those things are alive, just like yeast. So you don't want to kill that. You don't want it to be too hot. It has to be warm, lukewarm. I like to use this meal prep container. Just take a spoonful like this, just a little bit, so that I can blend this with the milk because I don't want it to have lumps. And then you just pour in the milk. Mix it. Glory to God, to the inventor of Instant Pot. Don't worry, I'm going to share with you, if you don't have Instant Pot, what you can do. But I'll show you our traditional way of back home. But if you're in America, things are easy. This Instant Pot, and by the way, is linked in my storefront. The same Instant Pot. So I just put it there like that. Yogurt setting. I let it be in the Instant Pot to form from 8 hours to 12 hours. So if you don't have an Instant Pot like we grew up, what you do, you take the same steps, right? And then you take a towel or a blanket, warm blanket. You take that yogurt, you wrap it in the warm blanket and put it to We didn't have Instant Pots and everything like that. So what our parents will do, they'll take blankets. They'll take the blankets, they'll wrap it around the thing that they're making alcohol with, so it will get warm. That's why I was laughing, because it brought back memories. Similar stuff. You take the same stuff but to cover it, right? You cover it with the lid, and then you put it under a warm blanket or warm towel. Let me say warm towel. Or if we have an oven, you just close it in the oven for like 12 hours. It's the same stuff. 12 hours, give or take, and then you're gonna see the yogurt. So brings back memories. Yes, we made our own alcohol back in the day.